So yesterday was such an exciting day. It was the kickoff to the last 3 months of the campaign to regulate cannabis for adult use here in Massachusetts. So we had a press conference, everybody was up at the State House, and we announced our official name change. So we got our official number for the ballot. So we will be question number 4 on the ballot in Massachusetts. But more than that, I was more excited about really what that signified. And what it signified, us getting over those initial challenges, the drafting of the initiative, the signature gathering, the legal challenges by our opponents, which we won, by the way, to now actually be ready for residents of Massachusetts to be able to take that step toward freedom and social justice and invigorating our economy and taking cannabis from the black market into a place that's something that's giving back to us and our community. And so it was just so amazing to see everybody up there. We got some great footage yesterday of me hustling up the hill to get to the press conference. We got some great footage with Tito Jackson from Boston City Council, and I was just so happy seeing him up there representing and understanding what this could do and what this could give back to our community. It was a really historic day, and we have less than 100 days now for everyone to come together to understand what this initiative is about, to tell their family and friends, and to really make sure that we make the right choice. We got a ton of good footage, but we got no sound. So I'm so excited that tonight is the first Thursday of the month. And so that means it's time for Women Grow. And we'll go down and we'll see all the ladies of cannabis in Massachusetts. And hopefully we'll get a chance to run into some of the ladies that we saw yesterday and talk to them again. We'll see Beth and Austin from SSDP and Beth from Women Grow. And you know, this group has grown so much in the last 8 months. I mean, I know when we go there tonight it's going to be packed. It's sold out, so it's definitely going to be packed. But we'll be able to listen and talk and share with these other women. Tonight is the topic is cannabis and health and wellness, and it's being sponsored by Canacare Docs. So I'm excited to hear what everyone else has to say, and we'll catch up with everyone. So let's go. Okay, so we're here with Becky. Becky's really embarrassed. But we're here. We're here after Women Grow. It was a great Women Grow, as usual.
Yeah. Today was awesome because of all the wellness discussions. I mean, it's just so great to have so many women together talking how we're all gonna feel good and get better and make ourselves healthier.
I like the advice from the women in their mid-50s who are telling us, stay away from diet soda, stay away from, artificial things, and start using cannabis. And as always, Dr. Uma, very inspiring. And
yes, every speaker was really, each had its own little intricate part, and it was so nice, just an overall good message of positivity and cannabis helping so many different people with so many different aspects of their health.
And I love hearing Donna talk because she always gets everybody riled up.
I haven't seen her live before, so it was really funny. I've seen her on Facebook, but
her story is powerful, and she's not going to let anybody tell her the cannabis isn't the way, and I agree.
No,
so.
I think it's absolutely wonderful, especially as she gets her family involved and has her son helping her. I think that's wonderful. Keep it in the family.
So, what do you think about legalization this year, adult use? We're going to make it happen, right?
Yeah.
We're going to make it happen. We have less than 100 days left.
Okay.
So we got to get out there and start telling people what the initiative's about and make sure that they know.
That's right.
So they can tell a friend.
That's right, yeah.
And we can make sure that we're bringing new industry, new economy, and more access for people, because we all know that the medical program isn't doing it right now. We have a ton of people who aren't getting access. So
that's absolutely correct. A lot of people don't have an ability to get to the dispensary, and the caregiver system is totally flawed.
And the fact that you have to essentially get on a registry. be a medical patient, and a lot of people just want their privacy. So
I'm not on the registry because of that.
Yeah, so I think making it legal for adults over 21, we've seen it works in Colorado. It brings in tax revenue. Kids aren't smoking any more than they were before, and opiate overdoses are plummeting. And so I think we could use a little bit of that here.
We need it here.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so we're gonna kick back on the beanbag now. So we're just finished Women Grow, and as usual, Donna was just firing up the whole room and making everybody so inspired with her no-nonsense story about how cannabis really saved your life, right?
It did save my life. That's why I don't write speeches. It's my life. This is what it is. I was faced with stage 3 cancer and didn't know if I'd make it, and I had to learn how to reboot my entire health, my body and my health, just with cannabis, because you have to get off the pills. And once I got off all the pills and went all cannabis, I started getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and that's why I tell people, get off the pills. Get off the opioids. They're killing everybody. They really are.
I love how your son had such an important part in your journey too, right?
We're a very close family. We always have been, and it just, my kids were at the age, one was a senior in high school and one was a freshman at college when I was diagnosed with the 2 diseases, lung disease and breast cancer. So, they smoked, I smoked, so it made sense. And medical marijuana was acceptable in Rhode Island, and it was the law of the land. So he instantly started growing for me and trying to manage my healthcare with it. And we knew right then and there that it was right. It was the right thing for our family. I don't know how 4 different adults in a house can find a calling that's mutual, but we did. And we're not the only one. From California to Seattle, all over this country, there are canna families, and that's why I always say canna family values, because we're the ones who are committed to helping and healing the people, and profits are not our optimum goal. Everybody wants money. Everybody wants to live a better life, but when you've been around so much illness and pain and suffering, it's kind of hard to put profits before helping those people. So
especially when what has saved you has such a stigma on it, and people are so negative against it, and we barely have any access for patients who could really be using it.
I know what a no-knock rate is. A suburban housewife doesn't usually know that unless she's doing something really wrong. I certainly didn't think smoking cannabis in my own home and growing plants in a medical marijuana state would cause
to treat your cancer.
Triple drug force to come storming through my house, to threaten to tase my dog, threaten to put my daughter, who was in almost 18, into youth services. That's why a few of the things that I try to stay involved with is warning people when they do grow cannabis in their home to be careful, because they can't take your children. I've seen it done many times. I've helped people in other states, but families are growing and thriving and active parts of changing how our healthcare system works, and it's an amazing journey to be a part of. Really, meeting people like you guys and all of us doing our thing, it's just an amazing journey. It really is.
Well, I loved being able to see, more and more people, new people coming through and hearing the story and being changed by it and really searching for that. We all know somebody in our family right now who is suffering, who is not getting relief from certain pharmaceuticals, and who is headed to, an early death.
One of my speeches at the New England Cannabis Convention, which you go to as well, I looked in the room and I said, how many of you people in this room have not been touched by cancer? Come on. Everybody has had some cancer affect their lives. And I feel almost disgusted as a 52-year-old that I watched my grandparents' entire generation just be milled to their deaths. Once they got cancer or any debilitating disease, it was surgery, pills, chemo, medication, pills, until they just didn't exist.
Yeah.
And I like to say that I'm not the healthiest person in the world. I try really hard, but I mean, I think that people are staying younger now and more conscientious about. They don't have to age like that. They don't have to be 50 and look 70, or 70 and almost have one foot in the grave. Things contributed to that, and we have control over whether or not we are around to see our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren, and whether or not we have a healthy, life that is thriving. And that's what I want. That's my goal. I'm still here. I'm very close to the 10-year. And we're going to party like rock stars when that happens.
Right. Well, I know, like, for me and Ellen, it's important for us to hear, from you and Dr. Uma about, hey, when you're getting older, avoid, as you're growing, as you're maturing, stay natural. Avoid, the low fat and the diet and all of these kind of fads and things.
Sweet and low, and quitting sweet and low while battling cancer was one of the hardest things I ever did. My kids were like, "Ma, it's like you're crack," and I'm like, "I don't understand." I used to have a sugar problem, and I went from a half a bowl of sugar in my coffee to sweet and low, so I thought I had done something good for me.
Yeah.
But they lied to you. It was killing me. I have the worst stomach problems, and some of them are from cancer, and some of them are from drugs, but you cannot tell me that some of them weren't from that sweet and low. I was making a dip. Rob calls it the sweet and low dam. Like, you just putting something in that isn't flushing out of your body. And not everybody has to go all granola. That's what I call it when you're in Vermont, granola, You don't have to. But you can implement little changes in your life that bring you. I don't drink soda anymore, and my kids' generation was the soda and fruit roll-ups and the junk food and
margarine.
We were told that was okay. Microwave meals. I mean, come on, those little pizza toner things. I mean, I feel a lot of guilt as a mother that I gave into all that. Sure, have fun and have all this stuff, and realize it's all bad. It's all toxic. I mean, if something has a shelf life of 20 years, you shouldn't be putting it in your body. McDonald's?
Valid.
Well,
I feel guilty for every time I went there. 20 times to get a teeny weeny baby for Sammy. I mean, you see a burger that doesn't melt. I mean, it's not rocket science.
So now we know, though, and we can make some changes. And I think a big part of that change is having good and safe medicine. And so
nutrition. Dr. Uma always emphasizes how important nutrition is. And back in the day, we just had the old My Food pyramid, and now they
some of the things I do now I would have never done. And you learn as an activist or just an active person in the cannabis world. Infusion waters. We didn't know about that a few years ago. Hell, put all those berries in your water with ice, and you're getting some of the antioxidants. I mean, I try to incorporate little things. Turmeric. I found a great lot of uses for turmeric, and if you can pick and choose what you want, what you can incorporate into your daily lifestyle, and that's what I've done for me, and it's working great so far. I mean, every day I try to try something new, but I couldn't do any of that without the cannabis. I don't do well with pills. I don't do well with the side effects of them. I never have. I mean, I had a massive breast surgery and 5-centimeter tumor taken out and almost all my lymph nodes out of my arm, and the surgery was hours longer than it was expected, and I popped up from the surgery wired, and I was like, "When are you doing it?" And they're like, "Oh, Donnie, you're in recovery. Don't move." And I was like, "I feel fine." And they were like, "What?" And I was like, "In fact, I feel wired. Is there something going on?" I had such a bad reaction to the, what is it, they put in your, no, it was one of the opioids. I just don't remember the names of them. Anyhow, I didn't sleep for 2 days.
Oh.
You should be exhausted after a procedure like that. I had insomnia for 2 days. I literally sat up and talked to my poor sister who flew down from Virginia's ear off like a crazy person. The drugs just didn't interact with me. They weren't giving me pain relief. I was in horrible pain.
I thought it was because you're such a badass. Nothing stops Donnie.
Every time I've ever had surgery, as soon as I'm in the car, the joint's lit. Well, it doesn't matter whether I'm with my parents or not. Oh, that joint's lit, Oh, fine, I'm out of the hospital. Ugh, give me it, quick. I mean, it's been a part of my life since 1978. It's been there for me through book reports, through college, through motherhood, through miscarriage, through broken bones, and it's gonna be right next to me till the day I die. It's as simple as that. I live for cannabis now, and I'm glad that I can contribute to the community.
Your story's inspiring.
It's needed. It's what people need to hear, and the hope that they need to have, because there's so many people. It's like you look at the amount of prescriptions we started using as a country has skyrocketed, but we are just as sick as we've ever been.
The heroin epidemic has been created by the government.
Yeah.
I mean, we're told not to use a plant by a government who lets our children have, food additives that could kill them and give them epilepsy and give them, ADHD. I've watched diseases just pop up out of midair in my late 40s and 50s, and thank God my children didn't have them. You cannot say that it's not environmental, and it's not, like, what is blue dye, yellow dye, red dye? My God, we used to chew that bubble yum, and they took it off the market for a while because they said the dye could kill you. Like, I mean, what are we doing, I mean, everybody says they're green, but they still throw their Dunkin' cups out of the side of the road, and, what is green? To me, green is what you're putting in your body right now. Like, I'm putting green in my body, I want to live a life where I don't throw my coffee cup out, and I care about other people's children. Are they getting polluted every day by our government allowing? I mean, I don't want them to just take all our rights away, but why do we have all these things? You're going to tell us one thing that's bad for us, but you say all these other things are perfectly acceptable and okay. Microwaving, I threw mine out. I listen to enough people on all the things, and that's it. My husband's like, how do I heat my coffee up? Do what your grandfather did. Get a pot and put it on the stove. I mean, it's little lifestyle changes,
And I think it's going to be really important, though, as we move in the cannabis space, to make sure that we're preserving the organic nature of the medicine that we're making.
Especially as growers.
Yeah,
as
exactly.
a grower, I can push that all day long.
Well, when you hear people like tonight was an excellent networking event, but we know cannabis and we live cannabis. It's a life choice for us. And when you hear people that have no familiarity to it and all the different parts of being in a cannabis world, and they try to adapt things to it that just don't fit right, they'll never be swallowed by people like us who have been doing it for years. I mean, there's room for advancement, but it's a plant. How far do you want to advance a plant? I don't want a GMO pot plant. Do you? I don't want a GMO pot plant. I mean, my son's growing full veganic now.
I love that.
And it's like, I've heard people say that it's stopped. It's helping with their anxiety, not because it's CBD, because it has no chemicals in it. We are numb to the fact of how many chemical residues are going into everything in our water. I mean, look at Flint, Michigan. How many kids before they found out that there was lead in the water? These are the people that we trust to tell us how to live our lives. It's quite funny.
I'm actually heading out to Michigan for the Cannabis Cup.
Oh, yeah.
And it's in the hotels in Flint, and I thought, oh, interesting.
I was in Clio for the one they had earlier this summer.
It's going to be, it's going to be there. It's the same place, but some of the folks are staying out.
It's a great time if you have a chance to go.
I can't wait.
It's going to be wonderful,
I wish you were coming out too.
I know. I've never been to a cup yet.
It's so much fun. How have you not been
I know,
to a
right?
cup? All day long. We would give you
I know.
give you a crown.
I don't know.
Queen
One
of
these days
Cannabis.
I'll be dubbed, Queen old lady
Queen
of
of
the
Cannabis.
Cannabis Cup.
You go to the cup, you're the queen, man. We're going to talk to
We
somebody.
need to get the cup to come to Boston.
We need to get it to come to Boston, Maine. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Well, they have their secret one. Does that
The
count?
Secret Cup doesn't, it's not the same.
Doesn't count.
It's not the same. It's not the same. The Cannabis Cups thrown by high.
Or we could just have a girl cup.
We have to have a girl
We could have a
cup.
Tata cup. Sorry, no sausages here.
Oh my gosh. Ladies only.
Or ladies only.
Sorry.
So it was a great night. Great night at Women Grow.
It was fantastic. I have yet to miss a Women's Grow. I've come, I think this is the 5th one now.
And I
I've been
always
to all
was
of
jealous
them.
seeing the photos of you girls there.
I'm so excited. It's more and more people are coming out.
And
More
you
more
had,
that's
and you
getting
were,
talked about.
did you come down from Maine today?
I did. I drove all the way from Maine today
Farmer Brown.
just to be
From
here.
Maine.
Yeah.
Well, Beth is one of my students, so to see her grow and become like
And road trips with
share-
Eleanor, like
come
road
on,
trips.
come on,
Talk
yeah.
about how proud I am of
Come
you.
over
I'm like,
here.
oh my gosh, you've grown up.
Beth.
And started as a student.
Beth
and now she's putting
Waterfall.
on women
Beth.
girls events. It's selling out. I'm just so
Oh
proud
my
of her.
goodness.
Beth is Boston chair, and
Yes.
Beth, we had a great conversation yesterday at the kickoff.
The press
At the
conference,
press
yeah.
conference, and I was telling these ladies that I was so excited, and I had all this awesome video, and I got home and there was no sound
It was
to
cool.
any of it.
It was, oh yeah.
So, but I was saying that I was so excited for tonight that it was going to be sold out, and then we
Yeah.
came, and it was wonderful. So
Aw,
thank
thanks for
you.
coming.
Very educational.
Good, and like, you know, people were like crying and
Yes, yes, Donna.
good
She'll
stuff.
whoop people's ass and she'll make them cry.
Oh my God.
All in one speech.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much.